And I'm Dylan Black. It's definitely the flu season, yay! With us right now to keep us healthy, as he always does when he drops by. He's a pharmacist with Shoppers Drug Mart, and his name is Jordan Clark. Hello, Jordan.
Hello, Dylan.
You're just up the road from us, right?
Just up the road in Westboro, that's right.
Yeah. How long have you been a pharmacist?
For 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
Celebrating a decade.
A decade. I just had my 10-year reunion this summer.
Oh, did you?
In Halifax.
Did you feel like, you're still in total good health? So
absolutely.
In good
I feel
shape.
Younger now than I did then.
So you showed up like good looking and in good health. That's the way you should do it at a reunion.
Absolutely. Whatever it takes.
Good. Flu symptoms. People seem to be experiencing them all over the place. It's definitely the time of year to get a flu shot.
For sure.
Can you tell us what flu symptoms are? Like, what do people see? What's a flu symptom? I know that sounds like a very simple question,
sure.
But when do you know you have the flu?
Sure. Well, the big thing, a lot of people use colds and flus interchangeably, but they are quite different. So flu is much more severe. We're not quite into the flu season yet. We're starting to hit it now, which is why we want to get our flu shot as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. Colds usually come on a bit more gradually, a bit more sniffles, not as severe as the flu. With the flu comes on quite suddenly, usually high fevers, chills, aches and pains is what we see with the flu. The colds generally don't lead to any complications, whereas the flu can lead to things like pneumonia and other illness.
Okay, so if you get a flu shot, then you're obviously hoping to stay away from all those.
For sure.
How successful is a flu shot?
Well, every year we hope that it comes as close as it can to matching that actual flu that year. It runs anywhere from 30% up to 80 or 90%. We don't know quite yet how high it'll be this year, but we do know it's the #1 way to prevent getting flu or getting sick through the flu season.
And it really only takes minutes to get a flu shot?
Just takes minutes. We've been doing them for the past week or so now, and we'll continue to do them. I'm sure I'll be doing more today when I get back to the store.
Yeah.
It takes about 5 minutes. Come in with your Ontario health card, fill out a form. The pharmacist will give you your flu shot, we'll give you a Shoppers Drug Mart Band-Aid and a lollipop to go afterwards.
Do you really get a lollipop?
You really do.
Wow.
You need to come to my store though to get
I went to the wrong place.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. So, who's at risk though, like for the flu?
So really anyone can get the flu. People who are otherwise healthy are at risk of getting it, but they're also at risk of passing it on to people who could experience complications. So pregnant women, for example, children, elderly, people with other chronic conditions. These are the people that we're really concerned about getting the flu. So we need as many people as possible, hopefully close to 80% of the population, to get the flu shot to avoid those populations of people getting really sick during the flu season.
So is there an age limit? I mean, babies up to like
6 months is when we start giving the flu shot. At the pharmacy level, we give them from ages 5 and up. So under that age can either go to a flu clinic or see their family doctor. But we actually start at age 6 months is when they get their first flu shot, and they continue on every year after that.
Interesting. What is in a flu shot?
The flu shot is basically a sample, or what we think will be the active flu for that year. So there's no live virus in it. It's actually an activated portion of the flu. So it teaches your body to produce the antibodies so that you're armed, if you do come in contact with the flu, to fight it faster than you would if you didn't have the flu vaccine.
Okay. So then I guess the controversial question, people sometimes think it's unhealthy for you to get a flu shot. So
yeah, there's lots of myths out there about the flu, and we are always happy to answer those questions in the store when people come in. The big thing that we know is that the flu vaccine is the best way, and that's for sure, to prevent getting sick through the flu season. It's very safe. We've been giving it for many, many years, and we give it to anyone that can get it, including, like I said, pregnant women are even recommended to get it.
Okay. When is flu season exactly?
Starts usually around November, and it runs until about April. So if you get your flu shot now, it does take about 2 weeks for your body to produce the antibodies for it to be active, and then you're covered. You're covered for the whole flu season. So we recommend getting it as early as possible, so you do have that time to build up your immunity before the flu actually starts to hit.
And I love the word free too. I mean, honestly, when you think about it, it only takes a couple of minutes, and you're going to go into a pharmacy anyway to get whatever.
Exactly.
So just drop by the pharmacist table.
Yeah, come by and see us. We're always happy. It's also a chance for us to get out from behind the counter and sit down for 5 minutes and have a chat and get your flu shot and answer any other questions that people might have.
And people can take a selfie with TV's Jordan Clark.
That's right. That's right. We're happy to do it.
You've got some over-the-counter stuff?
So these are just some products that if someone were to get sick, whether it's a cold or flu, these are some of the common products that we typically recommend through cold and flu season. So things like a sterile saline nasal mist, which helps with things like nasal congestion, alcohol, hand sanitizer, just to keep those germs off the hands, Advil and Tylenol. or our Life brand versions of them as well. And that's to help more so with the aches and pains that we can sometimes get during a cold or flu, as well as fighting any fevers. And then we also have the nasal decongestant, which just helps unplug the sinuses, which is common, particularly with colds. And then we also have the lozenges. So these are common things that we suggest people maybe pick up this time of year as we get into sort of cold and flu season. So the biggest thing is the flu shot, but if you were to get sick, these are the things that you can arm yourself with, have in your medicine cabinet, have in your back drawer in case you do get sick.
Okay. Best practices to stay healthy. Say you don't want to buy stuff in the pharmacy, or you don't want to get a flu shot. I mean, what's the simple, easy way to just stay healthy?
So aside from the flu shot, of course, plenty of fluid, eat healthy, plenty of rest.
Yeah.
Those are pretty simple things that are free things that you can do without having to take any medication, aside from getting the flu shot, that are very basic, that are of course a good idea all year round, but particularly when we get into cold and flu season.
ShoppersDrugMart.ca for more details on all of this.
Yep.
And people can get their flu shot done by you, really.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Come by 410 Richmond Road in Westboro. We'll be happy to do it.
Always keeping us healthy, and we appreciate it so much.
Good to be here. Thanks, Dylan.
Pharmacist with the Shoppers Drug Mart. Mary Lou Moles is coming up next. She's a travel expert. She's got some tips for you on Daytime.